Gold Squad TV. Yo, so this video will be entitled, Why Do I Hate Rap Music? And I want to make this clear. I'm a hip hop head, so you're probably thinking, well, rap and hip hop are the same. Hip hop music and rap music are different. Rap music is what's presented to you by the mainstream, which is, when you say mainstream, you're talking about music that's made specifically for a casual crowd. The casual crowds, the casuals, the people who are, they just like to hear any type of music. They just like, whatever's playing on the radio, they'll bump. Whether that be, whoever's the hot shit at the moment in time. All right? They make something very catchy. Whether they rap good or not is not even important. But they make catchy shit and it gets to the people. Usually those are the most successful artists. I'm not going to name those artists. You already know who are the most successful artists of today's day and age and so forth. The reason why I hate mainstream music and why I hate like rap, mainstream rap in specific, is because you don't really need talent in order to be a mainstream rapper. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of hip hop artists that go more into the mainstream world because that's where the money's going to be. So I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example of this. Lloyd Banks. Lloyd Banks is an incredible lyricist. I think anybody that would listen to his music knows that he's an incredible lyricist. But that's not going to sell records. As a matter of fact, it won't sell him any records in the mainstream field. In the hip-hop world, where MCing, DJing, and the whole four elements are celebrated, Lloyd Banks is a general. He's a 5-star general in that. But when it comes to selling records, nobody's trying to hear him spit 40 bars. They would tell him to go save that shit for mixtapes. Now, my point is, they want to hear him say, I'm so fly, just rap on some like real simple shit that's going to make females dance. It's going to be simple and catchy. That's what's going to sell. You know what I mean? The reason why I use Banks as an example is because he's the one example where I could use to where it'd be like, he's super hip hop, but when he has to get into his rap and his mainstream bag, he's going to do the rap mainstream shit because that's what's going to sell him records. Now he's not going to do that. But back in his younger days when he was in his prime, when he was a G Unit, that's what, that was what's going to sell. Nobody cared about the 2-3 verses of fire. People cared more about the catchy shit. That's just one example. I grew up a Canibus fan. Canibus just dropped a new album, Kaiju. Go pick it up. You're a hip hop head. Pick it up. Salute to Canibus. I just seen an interview on allhiphop.com. 3-part interview. Asking him where he's been and, all the subjects, all the stuff that I'm not going to get too much into the clutter of all the shit. But what I have a problem is that people act as if Canibus was a failure. Canibus dropped 20 albums in his career. Was he a mainstream success? No. But people always ask the question, why wasn't Canibus a mainstream success? And they go and say, well, he was a terrible songwriter. To where I'm like, I've been a fan of Canibus, but I also could be very unbiased in the situation. As a dude that used to write raps and used to even make subject matter, Canibus was an incredible songwriter. He just wasn't into the song and dance. So when people sit there and say, well, Canibus was a terrible songwriter, he wasn't a terrible songwriter. You can't be a terrible songwriter when you rap some of the most advanced words and the most advanced content to the point to where people don't even understand. There's been people that sit there and say, Canibus is so dope, his rhymes make my head hurt. You can't be that advanced lyrically and sit there and say, well, he's just a rapper. He's just good at rapping, but he's a horrible songwriter. Canibus is an incredible songwriter. All you got to do is listen to the Buckingham Palace. You know what I mean? And that will tell you right there that Buckingham Palace alone is one of the illest songs he ever made. Leviticus off of Rip the Jacker. There's been plenty of songs that Canibus has made that were songs that had subject matter. It's the thing is, as the songs that Canibus is rapping about and having no subject matter, it's deep content. It's deep concept. So for a lot of people who aren't understanding or advanced enough to really understand some of the things he's rapping about, it doesn't hold your interest. Now, Eminem is a great songwriter based on mainstream appeal. Lyrically, he's dope. I'm not debating that. I don't even think Canibus is a debate. Dude's lyrically dope. Here's the difference. Eminem's gonna make my palms get sweaty. I can't believe they think I'm gone already. You know, he's gonna make Lose Yourself. He's gonna do these songs that are more relatable to the average Midwestern value. You can make it from anywhere. United States stuff that people like to fall into. So in a lot of ways, Eminem makes songs that are a lot more relatable. Eminem could rap just as deep if he wanted to as Canibus, but the difference is that he's going to make more relatable stuff. Canibus doesn't make relatable stuff. Canibus doesn't choose to make relatable stuff because he doesn't care about the industry, nor does he care about being mainstream. If he cared that much, then he would, the politics wouldn't have gotten to him. A lot of what's happening in hip hop is that there are a lot of dope artists. How can I put this let me put it to you in a better way, shape, or form. I want to make sure I'm not rambling too much. Could you imagine a painter being so dope at painting, right, that his paintings are in museums, but yet the motherfucker that's good with the coloring book, he's really nice with the coloring book, staying within the lines, coloring book, it's getting more props than the paintings and the time and the sacrifice the painter's putting paintings and having them in museums. But yet this exhibit in the museum of a guy coloring within the coloring lines of a coloring book like he's a little kid is getting a lot more props. That's essentially what a lot of rappers are feeling, a lot of MCs are feeling. And it doesn't help that people are trying to push the mainstream narrative on artists in order to be successful. You can't sit there and tell a rapper that he ain't successful if he has a good longevity and long longevity. If a dude got 20 years in the game, he's successful. Canibus been rapping. He's been dropping albums since 98. So it's 2021, y'all. That's a good 18, 19 years. I mean, that's a good 14, 15, 16 year run. Not a lot of rappers have 14, 15, 16 years running, and they still making albums on a high level. Killah Priest is another one. Killah Priest got like 30 albums out. He got 30 albums. Some of them are not even counted in his discography. Dude got 30 albums out. Psychic World of Walter Reed is a classic. Behind Stained Glass, classic. The Offering, classic. The Story of Walter Reed, classic. I could go on and on. Even the Mantra, the one he just dropped recently, classic. Summer End Cafe, classic. I don't throw that classic word loosely. Vinny Paz dropping albums. You got guys like Vinny Paz dropping albums. You got Pharaoh Monch dropping albums. You got, anybody from Wu. I'm not just Priest, but anyone from Wu. You got Capadonna out here dropping albums and stuff like. Whether you like Cap or not, that's your prerogative. But at the end of the day, you got Method Man. You got a lot of these guys dropping albums and they're being overshadowed for the art that they put in because the mainstream is the way to be. It's been the way to be since 1999. It's been about how you're going to get spins on the radio, how you're going to get spins on these stream services, how you're going to get recognized. Fuck your lane. Nobody cares about underground rap. That's mediocre shit. It doesn't get played on the radio. A lot of this misguided bullshit that people try to push down your throat. The unfortunate thing is, to keep it a being, is that the stuff that I grew up listening to, the Big Daddy Kanes, the KRSs, you know what I mean, the G Raps, the Rakim especially, the Rakim was a writer, will never get appreciated. Even Mobb Deep, even Busta Rhymes to an extent. These guys are, they're getting flowers really on shows where other rappers are rewarding them. I don't even think that counts, in my opinion. When the fans reward you for all the years you put in and say thank you, instead of dissing you and telling you I used to like you until you did this. Because everybody's so damn critical and thinks that they have an opinion that matters, which their opinion doesn't always matter. All we do is shit on our rappers. We shit on MCs that are dope. But we give the props to we tell people that don't have talent, that just want to hear make a quick buck, come in the game and get out the game. Oh, Little Boozy was more successful. Little Uzi Vert was more successful. 6ix9ine was more successful. These guys are more successful, and they make bullshit music for the mainstream consumer. Is apples really, when I say rap versus hip hop, and when I say that, it's really apples and oranges. The only thing that they have in common is the skill to actually rap. And that's not even that much in common, because to be an MC versus a rapper, it's two different things. Most of the MCs that I grew up listening to are MCs, guys that know how to control a crowd. Some of the cats I grew up listening to are still packing up arenas to this day. They're packing up the Barclays, they're packing up all these stadiums. They're going overseas and getting more love. Meanwhile, in the States, niggas don't even show people love. They don't even show them the respect that they deserve. All we do is shit on legends. We just sit there and the legends are old. They're whack. We don't need to bow down to them. We want to just listen to our rap music that has really absolute no substance. It's just dance music. You know what? It's fucked up that we're in these times, but unfortunately, this is what we at. That's why I feel bad. Oh, this is where we at. Excuse me. That's why I feel bad for Canibus, and I really shouldn't feel bad for him, because he's rich, he's straight, and he's fine. He's not rich, but he's doing good for himself. Better than what I'm doing. But the guy that put so many years and so many albums out, so much work in, and all people want to ask him is about the LL shit. All people want to ask him is about the Eminem shit. They want to ask him about the disaster battle. But they don't never talk about how they don't ever congratulate him. Like, yo, you have almost 20 years in this shit. Yo, there's not a lot of rappers that have 5 years in this shit. This dude got almost 20 years in this shit. And we sitting here talking about he's a failure. That's ridiculous to me. They're doing it not just to him, they're doing it to legends like Ghostface and Ray, the Jizza, RZA. They're doing it to a lot of our legends, KRS, because they didn't go platinum or quadruple platinum. These guys didn't really care about industry politics, and they get shitted on for it. So, my point in this video and why I say I hate rap music versus hip hop is that the culture was never meant to be. Hip hop culture was never meant to be a mainstream thing. Hip hop was meant to be music that talked about the struggle of the streets. People who are like myself, who grew up in the hood, who needed an outlet, a positive outlet to get away from all the street shit that was going on. It was really for us to use this as an outlet. When Kool Herc made this back in '73, he made it with the intention of it being a respectable outlet to keep people off these streets from doing murders and doing all. They got people that were in gangs away from fighting each other and actually coexisting, whether it be the graffiti writing, the breakdancing, the pop locking, the MCing, the DJing, the elements, man. They kept you off these streets. And even when they got on the streets, hip hop was a way to get out. Even in the 90s, it was a way for people to stop gangbanging, man. The gangbangers would tell you, yo, you got too much talent out here. I don't need you getting shot. Rep the crew, but make music. Just make music. Stay out the street shit. The street shit's not for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, we just got a bunch of fiends out here rapping. And they're not even rapping. They don't even need talent anymore to rap. And it's being celebrated. It's being celebrated to be horrible at being an artist, because the more horrible you are as an artist, the more fans gravitate, because that's what they're being shoved down their throat. Mainstream rap is really for the casual consumer. I bet you anything, there might be somebody that like Eminem, right? But you ask that somebody about any other rapper, they're like, oh, I just listen to Eminem. Especially a white fan. A white fan's gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, I just listen to Eminem. I don't like rap. I don't like, you don't even mention hip hop. They don't know what hip hop is. They'll just be like, I don't like rap. Rap is crap. I like Eminem though. Nothing against Eminem. Nothing against Marshall. I got no beef with Marshall, but this is the point. Even he would be frustrated with it. Because if Eminem wasn't Eminem, he was just a fan. You can't tell me Eminem sitting there and be like, yo, but this cat's better than this dude. How you gonna sit there and put this fucking little janky dude that you got up there ahead of a dude with mad skill? Even Eminem will tell you that. Like, you can't do that. You know, but you get called a hater. You get called, you know, somebody who's just hating. So it's like you can't really say anything that has any factual evidence behind it, man. Like, this Canibus is not a great songwriter bullshit. It is a horrible narrative. It's a lazy narrative. It's a horrible narrative. It's a lazy narrative. And the truth is, they're just penalizing Canibus because Canibus didn't play industry politics. And there's a lot of industry politics. And if you know anything, if you ever know anything about this industry shit, there's a lot of corrupt shit going on in the rap industry, just in the music industry itself. You know, certain people get on just on their looks, man. Some of these guys can't even rap. Some of them can't even sing, but they're legends of what they do, which is just serving the industry master. And here I go sounding like a conspiracy theorist, but it's not really a conspiracy when it's been proven fact time and time again. Let's just go recycle the same rapper and put him out every 4 or 5 years under a different name, and he'll make some janky ass shit, or she'll make some janky ass shit, and we'll pollute the, you know, to pollute the youth. You know, like, the one thing I loved about Canibus, and you guys, you know, sit there and disagree all you want. The thing I loved about Canibus, he challenged your literature. He challenged you to go look in a dictionary. He challenged you to do facts, to do knowledge. He challenged you just on his skill alone, not just with the punchlines and the metaphors, but when you hear his music, he challenges you to get smart, to be intelligent, to be eloquent, to be understanding. You know, he rather you go read a book than go grab a fucking bottle of alcohol and go to a strip club. Just saying. That said, we need to appreciate our GOATs. We need to appreciate our legends that aren't following the industry politics, who aren't out here trying to push an agenda, who aren't out here trying to push the industry bullshit. We need to appreciate them. We need to appreciate the Smith & Wessons of the world, the Buckshots. Rest in peace, Sean P. We gotta appreciate Mobb Deep. We gotta appreciate MOP. We gotta appreciate Canibus. We gotta appreciate Rakim, G-Rap, Kane, KRS. You know, we gotta appreciate the Joey Badasses of the world, the Action Bronsons of the world, anybody from the Wu. We need to appreciate that, man. One day this hip hop shit's gonna be dead. People say hip hop's dead now, but this shit ain't dead. Eventually, our forefathers are gonna be gone because ain't nobody teaching the youth, and nobody's teaching the youth. You know, once Premier dies, and once Dre dies, and once all these guys that are legends, whether they're industry or not, they go. It's a wrap. You know, this shit's just gonna be all fucking tap dance rap here, man. So, but I just wanted to give you food for thought on that, and peace. I'm out. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you don't agree, it is what it is. You don't gotta agree. Some of y'all are just career mongers, and I really don't care for y'all. Goat Squad TV. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Peace.